Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I am your host, Joseph, this evening. Alongside me, not Kyle. Kyle's sick. Last episode, he was sick, and he was going to power through it on this one. I was like, nah, dude, just sit out. So, everybody, best of wishes to Who That Ninja, or Who Dat Ninja 73 on Twitter. Send me your best regards. With me today, Josh Brandt. How are you doing, Josh?
Joseph, so great to be reunited on a
Reunited.
new
It feels so good.
PlayStation podcast. Yes, it's so great.
And you know what though? I feel like I did you wrong because last episode we were talking about Dark Souls, and
Yeah,
you
this
weren't here for it, and I feel
I know that's just wrong, man.
I'm sorry.
I need my Dark Souls fix.
Ah,
I
I
need to
need
be
it
talking
too.
about that game, especially with it being re-released.
Oh my goodness, I'm so ready for that game. Just like,
Me
and I
too.
like again. I've had a long day today, but all I can think of is 525. Like I know
Yep,
that date.
the date is set in stone.
Oh my goodness.
Where am I gonna get it though? That's another question. I might buy it twice.
I
To
am
be honest
I
with
am
you.
buying it. I'm buying it at least 3 times.
Yeah,
I have a problem.
for each system. Yeah.
I mean, how
I
else
want
are
my
you gonna do
4K goodness, but I also want
it?
to play it on the Switch.
Yeah. You want to know what it feels like to play with power that's on the Pro, than play with an anemic system that is a Switch. Bam, gotcha, Switch.
Oh
owners.
man. Hopefully
No,
you don't like Switch.
no, we love all consoles here. And with that, I want to thank all the people out there on Patreon that help this channel every day, day in, day out. On patreon.com/make us better. Our platinum producer, Corey Hicks, thank you. Golden executive producer, Sheldon Benedict. Our executive producers, Nick Militia, James Johnson, Jesse Armstrong, Glocko Schaefer, still amazing name, David Ray, Mike Drummy, Brandon Myers, Aaron Doherty, Martini Sheen. I love you, Martini. Joel Brooks, and Karen Smith. I pronounced your name right, Karen, and I hope it's Karen, or else you don't have to care about my face. You could just punch it. All right.
Karen. Yep.
Karen, yeah, Krian, I don't know. It's Karen. until they tell me different.
Yes. It
So
is what you say it is.
thank you all the patrons out there. Thank you so much for making the show run. With that, Josh, I got a question for you. And maybe you've been
Sure.
playing Dark Souls this week, but what have you been playing on your PlayStation before we talk about the news this week?
Okay. Well, the biggest title and one that I've been meaning to get to, it's Wolfenstein 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, the new Colossus.
Okay.
Finally digging in deep to this game.
Now, Kyle said really, like, he sung this game's praises. What are you thinking about this game after completing it?
Dude, I haven't completed it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm still pretty early. I just got through New York, dilapidated New York. It's been destroyed by Nazis, evil Nazis. But yeah, it's beautiful
Yeah?
graphically. Because I went from Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, because I wanted to play that first before playing Wolfenstein 2, and that's a great game as
It
well.
is.
But yeah, this one just ups it to levels I thought you couldn't bring with a Wolfenstein game.
That's awesome.
And yeah, I'm loving it right now.
Oh,
It's hard, but
dude.
it's not as hard as people say. I think if you take your time with stuff, just like the Dark Souls series, it really works out.
Yeah. Because to me, I'm like, if I had to rate a game that's hard, I gotta say, like, Wolfenstein, the first engagement, like, I died 3 times.
Yeah, it is tough. It is tough, but
Yeah.
it's something you can get through if you work at it and try different tactics.
Yep.
So I like how it just loads up real fast after each encounter. That's really awesome. And I've been playing this on the Switch mainly, but I have it for PS4 and PS Vita, so it counts.
It counts at this point. Yeah, if you own them on that many, you're good on my book.
Oh yeah, Darkest Dungeon.
Okay, I've been thinking about picking that up.
I'm finally digging deep down into this hatred-filled
Oh, God.
cesspool of filth, wickedness.
Okay.
And it's like you can just feel yourself getting dirty while playing this, but it's glorious. I love the setting. I love how hard it is. It doesn't hold your hands. If you're an RPG tactician, then yeah, you need to play this.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I've been playing a little bit still of The Witcher 3. The
Of
Wild
course,
Hunt.
you always be playing that the rest of your life.
I will be, apparently. It just doesn't stop. But spoiler alert, I'm not going to be able to finish it this month, so it's going to be somewhere in the beginning of February that I have it. Me and Triss Marigold are, you know.
Yeah.
I chose
Steamy.
Triss and not Yennefer, the people's choice. Because as a people's champ of podcasting, I chose a different route. I chose the route less followed, and that is Triss. She had a
Can't go wrong, I think.
No, she has a Mary Jane quality to her, and that's what I really liked.
Right,
you know,
innocent.
Yeah, she had like this red hair, but like she's girl next door / like, but badass. And I'm like, that's what Mary Jane always was to me. So I'm like, I'm gonna go with Triss. Yeah.
I don't blame you. That game's dead to me, by the way, because it's just too big. I love it,
Dude,
but I'll never finish it.
It is so huge. And then I was supposed to play Monster Hunter Worlds because I wanted to make a video about it, about my first impressions as a noob. And instead, I played Rainbow Six Siege. And I gotta say, man, there is something about this game that is so special. It is, to me, it's the chess of first-person shooters. It is.
I like that analogy.
Yeah, because there's so much more strategy and so much more like plotting and thinking about your moves than I think in any other like first-person shooter. You're really planning out where the engagements, and if this engagement is here, how am I going to tackle it? And it's really fantastic. So I picked that up on the PlayStation 4, and then I got to play with my good friend Mr. Moody of the Glorious Podcast, a movie podcast, and Foxes, and we just had such a fun time. Oh my god, so much fun! I love that game, and it is truly the underdog of this generation.
It's a lot better now, isn't it?
Oh,
like they fixed up a ton of things with it.
Yeah, I came in mid 2017 to this game, so apparently that's when they fixed a lot of issues that was in the game, and like in terms of like netcode and balancing. So I came in at the right time because I really enjoy it. The only thing I have a problem with is when people are being dicks and like they're shooting their own teammates when they don't have the character they want. And also, I don't like teabagging. I don't like teabagging.
You can actually hit your own players, though?
Yes.
There's no... Oh, man.
There's no... Even in casual, there is... It's all about being careful. Like, that's...
It's Rainbow Six.
Dude, yeah. It's real good. Like, what...
Remember the old school Rainbow Six 1997 PC?
I remember it on the N64, and the reason why I remember it on the N64 is because we could never find the game. It was the one game my brother always wanted, could never get, until one day we went to Blockbuster, of all places. Blockbuster. And my brother played it, and it was such hot garbage. It was astounding.
All those ports back. The Command and Conquer port for N64.
Doom. All of them. They're just... Yeah. There's a special place for first-person shooters on the N64. Special place. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. I've been enjoying it. It really got me out of a real big funk I've been having this last month of just like having so much fun. Like there was one death. I gotta say this because it's so funny. Then we'll start the news. You have stages in Rainbow Six. So there's a preparation stage where you get to like mount your defenses. And we're in between of mounting the defense, and I'm walking through like this doorway, and I just get shot in the back of the head by a teammate. And I'm like, what? Come on. Like, who did this? And I see the replay footage. The guy was trying to break down a barrier with a gun, and I just so happened to walk in the way.
Yeah, it was it was your fault.
It was just like the total act of God.
Gets shot in the back of the head.
Oh, it was hilarious.
So reminiscent of real life.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we've been playing. I want to start because we've been doing new segments on the show instead of just news and whatnot. We've been trying our own segments. Last week we had Judge Kyle Stevenson. What do you call a judge other than Your Honor? You call it, don't they?
Your graciousness. I don't know.
You know what? We'll go with that. You're the glorious one.
The glorious savior.
We're going to do a new segment this week. Josh, you're going to be the first one to break this in. A lot of you guys come from If We Ran Nintendo. Some of you guys watch Bobby's stuff. One thing I always wanted to bug Bobby with was if I ever make a show, I want to call it If I Ran. So part of me was just to show Bobby name this podcast If I Ran PlayStation, but that got me thinking, no, I don't want to name a segment If I Ran PlayStation. No. Today we introduce If I Was Shue. Yeah, amazing.
Now if I was Shue.
Now if I
Shue
was
all
Shue.
hail Shuhei. Yes.
Shuhei Yoshida. You know he's the magical man behind PlayStation. That beautiful, innocent smile Shuhei has. We love him to death here at the PlayStation Podcast, at the Trophy Room. See what I said? I said I would say it. I did.
You did. You'll get used to it.
I will one day. We always say how we want, and we plead to Shue that we want those name changes. And one day they will come. He will grace us with said name changes. But before he does, if I was Shue, how would I fix the Sony Totaku line? Now, with that said, the news story of the week is that Sony is getting their own collectible figurines, kind of like Amiibo, actually very much like Amiibo.
Very much
so. In the same vein of Skylanders, the little collectible 3-inch figures that you can do absolutely nothing with. Instead of having NFC like Amiibo or like Skylanders, these little $3 or 3-inch figurines are just that. They're figurines. They're decorative. There is no NFC technology. There's no special code on the back of them. They're just something to have as a bit of a collector's item. Now, with that said, again, they are in the same vein of Amiibo. If you're looking at an Amiibo, these are also very reminiscent of how they're on a little platform. They have their little, stance. You can't move them. Hard plastic. But also, I have to say, I give it up to these Totaku toys. They're actually highly detailed. So first, they come with 7 of them. We have Parappa the Rapper. They have Little Big Planet Sackboy. You have one of the Wipeout cars. You have Kratos from this God of War coming up, God of War 4. We have the old guy from Tekken. I never played Tekken in my life, Josh. Hayachi. Okay, I was just going to call him Sideburns. So, we got Sideburns. Then we have Crash. And then most importantly, we have the Hunter from Bloodborne.
Praise the sun.
Praise
the
sun.
Oh, that is a glorious figurine right there.
Now, these things come in at $9.99, and I believe, if I am not wrong, they will be coming out March 23rd, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in March 20th. So, yeah. First, Josh, what are your thoughts on these Totaku lines? Undoubtedly, these are very reminiscent of Amiibo, but what do you think about
people are going to
first?
say, "Oh, here's Sony copying after everyone else again."
Right?
But you know what? It's a good idea. They're going to make a lot of money, I feel, from these because, us PlayStation fans, we love the branding.
Yeah.
We love some of the characters. It's a whole demographic that they can hit.
Yeah.
And they'll sell like tons.
I think also the one thing a lot of people are mistaking here is they don't expect this. I honestly, to me, I don't think they expect this to be like Amiibo levels of like hard to find. This is being made by GameStop and ThinkGeek. They're the same company. So this is kind of like a licensing deal for me as Sony to license out my characters and to make a little mint on a fad that is still very prevalent. I think they see the success of Amiibo and they go, Why can't we ride the wave?
Yeah, no
Right?
doubt.
I,
That's what PlayStation does, but it's successful.
they're good at it.
You know?
You know,
Yeah,
like,
they're good at it.
I think you said something really great. Is that like it's reaching a different demographic? You know, like just like how the PlayStation itself was something that was reaching a different demographic that Nintendo wasn't hitting. And so,
Right.
like, where I think Nintendo Labo is, and look at my eyes gleam like in excitement
Yeah, I
for the
know.
hatred.
That was a great video, by
Uh,
the way.
you know, where I think is if you're okay with Nintendo Labo, I think you have to be okay with this. That's how I see it. If you're okay with Nintendo selling you cardboard, then how is this a bad idea at $9.99?
Right.
Right?
It's not that expensive at all, really. I was expecting more of a price, actually,
I was
for how
expecting,
nice they look.
yeah. So like for $9.99, like and I'm not saying this because I'm partial, but the Bloodborne statue is sick.
Yeah.
Everything
God of War,
but the gun
Kratos.
looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the detail of these things are worth like something like I would think a little bit
Sackboy.
more. God, Sackboy
And it's
looks
cool the
really good.
little things they stand on change depending on which environment they're in. Which
Yeah.
is pretty cool, too. I mean,
The,
yeah.
the only bad one though, I will say, I'm sorry, Parappa, is Parappa, and it's
Yeah. I like how they kept with the sort of 2D art style.
yeah, and
in
I
a sense, but I get what you're saying.
and that's why I'm like it does not do you any well. Crash looks awesome, man. Like all these things, they look really cool. You know, sideburns as well, epic sideburns. Um, they look awesome. So my question is, if I was Shu, what do I do next with these things? What is some advice that you would give Sony going forward of how to handle the Totaku line?
I would say let's see how this initial batch sells,
Okay.
and then if you're getting good reception, then say, hey, this is the next batch. Maybe we have Drake from Uncharted. We have what's his name from The Last of Us.
Joel.
We have Joel from The Last of
We
Us.
have a clicker.
Yeah, we need Aloy or Aloy from
yeah.
then you just keep rolling it out in these small numbers and just seeing if it catches on, and then if they're selling big time, then you can sort of ramp up production.
Now,
But I don't see how these aren't going to sell though, because
Yeah.
they're pretty cool looking.
they are pretty cool, and I think
And
they're gonna hit like for example, like if this comes out near God of War time, yeah, they're gonna get quite a few of these God of War figures, assumingly because it's GameStop at their midnight. It's gonna we got 10 God of War figurines in, sell them with the game, and I think it's
Yes.
cheap enough for people to go, yeah, sure, throw it on.
why not?
You know-
Yeah, and I don't like collectibles that much. Like I don't have any amiibos. I have Disney Infinity, but that's because my kids love playing that game. But yeah, I mean, these are things that I would buy just from my own Sony standpoint of being a fan. I would be like, yeah, I could use a hunter, gracing my tabletop here.
I'm surrounded by collectibles. Also, just a mountain of mess, but collectibles
Well,
nonetheless.
once you get married, maybe that'll change.
Oh, that's why Joseph needs to marry a nerd. This
Yeah.
needs to happen.
Wait for it.
Yeah, because to me, like, yeah, no, like, I know, even if I was against the idea of Totakus, which I think is, I mean, Amiibo's a dumb name, but at least it sounds a little better than, like, Totaku sounds like the cousin of Kotaku, right? The site. But
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah, when I thought, I was like, Totaku, is this like a toy version of Kotaku? But kind of. But for me, as a guy that collects, man, like certain things, yeah, like this was gonna speak to me whether I was gonna buy the Bloodborne one and that's it. But looking at it, I'm at least buying like that, the Crash figure, and Sackboy because I think Sackboy is adorable, and
I'll
also
buy
Kratos.
Sackboy too. Yeah.
So I'm buying like half of them. More than half of them.
Right.
For me, if I was Shu, emphasize it. If I was Shu, I would say this: the one thing that the amiibos do have is that NFC technology, and I know like the PlayStation 4 doesn't have the chips in it, and you can't do the tap on the controller type of stuff you can on the Switch. But I thought, you know what? let's just say these beginning few don't sell that well. How do we? But there's still hope left. If I was Shoe, I would immediately print on the bottom of these toys little codes, and they could be like icons you get on off the PlayStation Store that like you could use as your profile icon, or maybe like it's a theme that you get for your PlayStation 4's theme, like something like a little thing to maybe
I
nudge
like.
people in that right direction.
Yeah, I like that idea. I wouldn't go for the whole toys to life or amiibo functionality
Yeah.
thing, but yeah, like you said, if you have a little code down there to get the icons, then that gives you extra incentive right now to pick one up.
Exactly, and I think like yeah, even if it was like, hey, maybe you get like a little special like axe decal in God of War, the it the sky's the limit. Like you don't necessarily need the NFC ability to make something work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, like Funko Pops as well. They don't have anything, but people charge an arm and a leg for them, and here they are. They're mounting
Yeah.
the walls of my room.
And they're all over GameStops everywhere.
My one last thing, if I was Shoe, would be this: be very conservative with them.
Yeah.
I think the reason why Amiibo is so successful is because Nintendo is very, very conservative when it comes to how many they make, what they make, and when they release. Like, for example, like yeah, you'll always see like the classic Mario or like the Peach or whatever, but I don't see, or like actually you do see a lot of like the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but when it comes to like more of their obscure characters, even some Mario Odyssey stuff, I don't see a lot of. So
Yeah.
what Nintendo's really good at is scaling up and scaling down, and I think with the Totaku line, that's what you really need to do. Is you gotta realize that not everybody knows who Sideburns is, right? Not
Yeah.
everybody's gonna fall in love with that Wipeout, and manage expectations. With that, though, I would say the number one thing to do is when you release them, make sure they're launching side by side with the release of a game or
Yeah.
something of importance. So, like, what's the next game that's coming out? You can't do Detroit.
No.
There's no character you can
You
do
got
there.
Android there, yeah.
Um,
Like we don't even have any. I mean, God of War is probably going to be the first one.
Spider Man.
Yeah, if they could get a Spider-Man one,
If they could get a Spider Man
Nice.
one and have them like all like that, make sure that comes out with the game. Because I think if you're GameStop, the one thing that keeps you moving along is the tack on purchases. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you've been to a GameStop, I've been to a GameStop. How many questions do they ask you?
yeah, you pre-order this game? Do you want this
Exactly.
special edition to come with it? Yeah.
Exactly. Like it's just like, hey, do you want the season pass? No. Okay, you want the GPG on it? No, I don't know what
Extra
a GPG
credits.
is. It-
Extra credits.
like and then they'll try to sell you like I saw like what game was I purchasing that was like I was so anti DLC, and then Battlefront
Yeah.
comes out. I remember the midnight launch, the one guy bought the digital currency in that whole entire line. We all glared at him. I was like, how dare you sell us out? But like, yeah, like they ask you two
You
to
are
four
part of the
things.
problem.
Exactly, you're part of the, and so I would say what's wrong with asking one more question, and it's you have them when they're the most excited.
Yeah,
I think that makes
I
think
that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll sell well. I think it's just up to Sony to see where they go with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I think we have some good ideas there.
Oof.
Sony, if you're listening, there you go.
hire us.
Yes. Yeah.
We got another news story. So there's the If I Was Shoe segment. Now we go right to the story. Slow news week, Josh. I'll admit. It
But
wasn't the fastest. It
It's
wasn't.
one of one of your headlines is one of my favorite news stories probably in the past few months.
Is it going from shoe to shoe?
Shoe to shoe, yes.
Paul George.
I like that.
Paul George teams up with PlayStation to make Nike PG-2 sneakers.
Oh my goodness, those are
Okay.
oh beautiful.
I gotta tell you guys something. I don't know who Paul George is. I thought they were I thought it was the singer from the 80s. Um,
This isn't
Boy
Michael
George, is
Jackson.
it? I don't know.
Boy,
And I'm like, why is he partnering up with PlayStation and Nike?
who does Paul George play for now? Oh, OKC Thunder.
There you
He
go.
played for Indiana, but now he's for OKC Thunder.
Obviously basketball. That's right. Okay.
NBA.
I'm fucking an
For
embarrassment.
people that don't.
That's what I am.
We need a LeBron. I just wish it was LeBron James. You know, he
Yeah.
needs to be repping PlayStation here.
But I gotta tell you, so okay, we're talking about shoes. Obviously, it's a slow news week, but nonetheless, these shoes are actually really awesome.
Oh man,
I love a good shoe from time to time. When I was a skinnier folk, and trust me, there was a time I was actually super into shoes. Like every other month, I needed a new pair because I wanted to look fresh to death, as the kids say.
that's right.
Now, these shoes have this really cool lip of the shoe. We have the PlayStation logo. It looks like this guy's logo, right? They light up, which is fucking awesome. You have the kind of Galaxy-esque look that PlayStation is kind of going for. You have the themed colors of the controller on the shoe itself that are holding up the laces. Like, this thing looks awesome. And the really cool thing about it is on the tag of the shoe, you can download, there's a code, you could download a theme to your PlayStation with these shoes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I've never wanted shoes so much.
I never wanted them as well. This thing lights up, man. This thing's freaking awesome.
And it's really not that expensive at $110
I was about to say
for most shoes. Yeah,
$110. February, it goes on sale February 10th. I'm seeing here.
yeah.
I got
But it'll be you can pre-order before then. But
okay.
I've been told by some shoe enthusiasts that if you want to get a pair of shoes that are going to be rare to find, that you need to be on it like it's like a new Nintendo console launch. You have to be right there.
Yeah. No, even
ready.
like even bigger. Like, dude, people who collect shoes are serious.
Yeah,
Like,
no doubt.
It's like it's like the iPhone had a baby type of line. And like when the iPhone was really hot, it was like, yeah, it's those type of lines every other month. I got a question for you.
Sure.
You like the shoe, obviously, right?
Oh yeah.
How popular are these gonna be? Scale of 1 to 10.
Okay, that's pretty difficult. I think you're gonna have the hardcore PlayStation fan base gobble these up that don't even care about shoes like me, and you'll have since it's endorsed by Paul George, maybe you'll have some Paul George enthusiasts also. And I don't think it's gonna sell out pretty fast. They're not making too many of them, so I think it will sell just fine. I don't think it'll be like game busters like some shoes, because there are people that don't like PlayStation. Gasp! But
what?
I know, isn't that amazing?
Who? I want to talk to these people.
Yeah. I wonder who these could be on my other podcast that's on hiatus.
Crazy people.
Xbox.
It's gross. Don't talk about them here. They don't.
They're not
deserve it.
allowed.
They don't have a
Nintendo
shoe.
No shoe for Shuhei, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
no shoes for Phil. No.
Exactly.
I'll knit them socks.
It's gonna be great though.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. I'm gonna try to get them. I'm not sure if I'll be able to, but yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
To me, so.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I am going to probably try to get these. This is awesome. Also, I really like the hat they were showing off in the beginning. I think it was a hat. Let me just go back. It kind of looked like a hat.
Watch that.
Oh no, it's the lips of the shoe. Fuck me, I'm so stupid.
A hat?
I've watched this video 4 times. I was convinced in the beginning of this video it's a hat. Everybody, go to Dual Shockers, earn them a click. You'll see how much of a dumb I am. But I'm gonna try to get these shoes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think A, I'm actually needing new shoes, and B, I think they would be really fun to just like make a video for these things. I think it'd be fantastic.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, like I'm a runner, so they're not going to be running shoes for
Yeah.
me, but just to wear around, like perfect.
Like once in a blue moon, it's great.
Yeah.
For me, um, I God, these things are so nice. Sorry, the video is distracting me.
It's great.
The one thing I really like to see is Paul George, the player of the basketballs. He actually talks about like what PlayStation means to him and how like he really took this seriously when designing the shoe of actually like what PlayStation means to him. And so with that, I really want to congratulate this guy because a lot of times when you're like the limited edition like Xbox car is like it's just green, right? Like there's no
Yeah.
love to it because like the
Like
person,
maybe the person doesn't even know that they're promoting, doesn't even know about Xbox.
Yeah.
It just has his name across it.
yeah, they're just like it's green X, slap it on. But like for this guy, I gotta give him props because he's talking about it like he really loves it, and then at the same time he delivered. Like there was one thing on Conan. What was the one she was really popular? Ronda Rousey, right? She was like trying to talk about like a video game, like she just couldn't do it. Like it was super
Oh,
PR,
imagine that.
super robotic,
Ronda
and
Rousey.
I gotta give him. I gotta give it up to this guy. These shoes, they look pretty sweet. Sweet kicks, man. All right,
Yeah,
let's see what else do we got here.
that was a good one.
This story gets me excited. So right now, it's come out. If you want a Glacier White PS4, you could buy it at this very moment. And also, the Monster Hunter PlayStation 4 is in North America.
Oh, that one looks so awesome.
You can start hunting for it right now, ASAP. I know it's a small story, but last night, my PlayStation has been acting weird for the past week.
Oh no.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna not try. I'm gonna use my my credit with this PlayStation 4 Pro. I'm gonna upgrade to the Monster Hunter PlayStation 4.
It's so sick looking.
I'm gonna try.
That controller too. Look at that.
The,
Oh, it has like the wings coming out. Man, yeah, that's sweet.
let me tell you something. The Glacier White console and the Monster Hunter consoles, they make this PlayStation look really nice. Like I'm not a fan of the Pro look, but the designs are really selling me here, man.
Yeah, man, I haven't really talked about this, but yeah, my original OG PS4 bit the dust. Well, it didn't bite the dust. The disk drive stopped working.
Oh snap!
Yeah, it wouldn't work at all. Like I had Overwatch stuck in there or something, so I had to take it apart and get that out. But yeah, it just would not read any disc or put them in and out. So I upgraded to a PS4 Pro, but it sort of would have wish I would have waited for one of these.
Nice ones, right? Yeah, like
I just couldn't wait though because I have so much to play. But
yeah.
yeah.
My question here is this gonna turn any heads? Do you think this might get some people to start buying some pros? Or do you?
I sure hope so.
Yeah. Do you think that this is a better question? Is this a sign with all like the collector's edition, even the Glacier White PlayStation 4 we see, that the 4 Pro is actually selling better than we think it is?
I think PS4 is on to Sony is on to something that we don't know about with these special editions because I think it's working. That it's that extra hump they need because you don't see Xbox or Switch have alternate versions of their systems come out except for the Joy-Con colors or maybe the like Minecraft Xbox One, but you're seeing a bunch of different like triple what those other companies are putting out, and I think that's like a good sign. Whoa, that's a nice Switch.
I'm sorry, I got
that.
you off your track.
I like that. Anyways, I think that PlayStation are onto something with this, and that they realize that there's always a bump of sales every time they release one of these special editions. So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
for them.
I really think, man, like looking at this Monster Hunter one again. I have not played this game. Now, everybody that the one thing that I really like, everybody who's playing the beta goes, Joe, you need to get your hands on this. This is freaking amazing, and I agree with you. I do, but I have not heard one bad thing about this game going forward. Not one.
Yeah.
The one
I wasn't gonna buy it, but I'm thinking about it.
I
I
am.
can't.
This is my first purchase,
It's
and
it's
maybe
I have too
last.
much else to play. I can't do it.
Uh, for me, I'm like, I think I'm ready for it. I think I am. I also though did a bad mistake because I traded in a bunch of stuff, of also buying Dragon Ball Z, Fighter Z, because as
Let us know your
oh, you
thoughts
will.
on it.
You will.
Yeah.
As a big Dragon Ball fan, like as a kid, not I haven't watched any Super though. I heard it's great. I'm really excited for that game because it just looks like my childhood, you know.
Yeah.
So with Monster Hunter, with the new white PlayStation 4, I gotta ask you this one last question, and we'll move on to maybe our last story. I have no idea. Man, what a short week it's been. January, start making news, okay? Or
I know.
else.
Nintendo's over there making tons of news.
Exactly.
PlayStation
Nintendo's
just
every
coast.
5 minutes like, oh hey, we got this game we're throwing out there. We're making cardboard. We can't go
Yeah,
wrong.
Labo. Woo.
Ooh, you know. Everybody yell at Joe about it.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, no. Um, but I gotta ask you, when PlayStation is making limited editions, since you're new here, I always ask people when they come on, when they're making a limited edition console, do you make it, and should Sony only make it solely the Pro bundles, or should they? And do you see the need for them also doing just the regular PlayStation bundles? Like, for example, like this Monster Hunter bundle is a Pro. The Gran Turismo bundle, for some reason, it's just a regular Slim. Like, should they standardize it to one or the other?
I think I think they need to keep going on this trajectory where you have the premium experience versus the cost effective.
Yeah.
Because if you take away one option, it's going to discourage people from buying that system. Like you have the regular ordinary Joe person that just wants a PS4 to play. They don't care about 4K or faster load times or whatever. So they'll have that options. Hey, here's the Slim. Like my friend, he doesn't play video games too often, and he isn't someone that's going to want a Pro. You know, he just wants the games to play on. So that was perfect for him. And then, like for me, someone like me with the 4K TV that wants all the best that PlayStation can handle. Yeah, I want the Pro. So yeah, I think that they just keep going down the trajectory of having both even. I think maybe put more incentive into the pros that will help people like make that decision, like these awesome, special editions that will sway some people to pick up a pro instead of a slim. But yeah,
Yeah, I think if you could get people excited enough that they'll pull the trigger. That's my one thing is I think if you get people excited enough, like the one thing is, though I want this Monster Hunter bundle, I could say words really bad. The one thing that's stopping me is, okay, yeah, your PlayStation 4 Pro isn't dead yet. Calm down. And B, Spider-Man. That's the one thing that keeps on holding me back. But the one thing is like, okay, I know Sony though. As much as I love them, and if you love something, you also got to admit its faults. They're not very good at limited editions. So you gotta kind of take them as they come. And for this one, I'm like, I don't know if the PlayStation one is a PS4 Slim or a Pro. So like, that's the other thing that's kind of driving me. So like for me, I think you're dead on. I think like the Pro is the Pro. It's the where you want close enough 4K on your TV. And so with that, I think it could take the limited edition, thing and make it 490, 450. Because I saw with when the PlayStation 4 OG, I remember the Batman PlayStation 4, right? Dude,
yeah.
people ate it up. So for me, I actually feel like, yeah, no, go with the Pro and have a bigger market for this.
Yeah, I understand that, but then you're, like I said, you're driving away a certain base of players that want something cheaper and say, or maybe if they have an Xbox One X, they just want to play PlayStation games, then they're not going to want to buy a Pro too, or
True.
they probably want a Pro because of the 4K, but maybe they just want something smaller. So yeah, I mean, you have to balance that because you don't want to let one marketplace go to something else like the Xbox One S, X. They have their differences, so I think they can go along with what Xbox is doing in that regard.
Yeah. I got another story. Do you have anything more to add, sir?
No,
right.
no. Beautiful consoles.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude, beautiful. Get them, please. Help make Sony rich and powerful. Our next story is, this one's for Kyle. Right there for you, Kyle.
Get well.
We predicted last week that God of War is going to have a limited edition, and I said, what a great time for it to, hey, you come out with the collectors. Now, hey, here's the release date. They met us halfway.
Yeah.
They met us halfway. The limited edition God of War Collector's Edition. What are they going to try to call this?
Stonemason Edition.
Stonemason. Make Sony more money.
Hit the rock.
First off, this edition goes for $149.99. This is right now, from the top of my noggin, the most expensive collector's edition Sony has made so far for the PlayStation 4. The Uncharted was $120. Horizon was $120 as well, or $110. That came with a statue and steelbook. This one is going for $149.99, so it's a lot more money. It's going to get you some in-game DLC, some armor sets. It's going to get you a 9-inch figure. It's actually really awesome, of Kratos swinging,
really cool.
Swinging his axe, hitting one of these frost demon-looking things, and his little boy shooting a bow into one of these, let's just call them, I don't know, Night's Watch looking guys in the face.
Decapitating, yes.
Yeah, and
two golem things.
Holy crap. This is an awesome limited edition. It also comes with a really sick steel bookcase.
Yeah,
a map,
nice.
Lithograph. What is this? Mir's head talking keychain. Murmur.
Mimir.
You get a decapitated head keychain. You get a ring, the stonemason's ring, so you can literally say "kiss the ring," and so much more for $149.
Cloth map.
You get, I mean, when you get lost in the game, okay, limited editions are never worth it.
This isn't Skyrim.
But how do you like this limited edition? Are you gonna pick it up? Do you think people should pick it up?
Yeah, well, if you're a diehard God of War fan, it hasn't been around for a while. So it's sort of funny that they're picking this as the game to push that. But Kratos is so definable that he's someone that you can market for this, I guess. I mean, now you have Aloy, who they could market.
Sure.
You can't really market Joel. I don't know who would want like a 6-inch figure of Joel. Okay. Answer my question.
You're talking to someone who has a problem, Josh.
It's not a problem. It's
not a problem if you
fully
admit
healthy.
It.
Yeah. It's perfect for God of War collectors. I don't know. I don't think they're expecting to sell like a truckload of these.
Right. Also, I should know. It also comes with a dynamic theme, if that is the thing that you needed to push for.
Oh, that's it.
What about you, Josh? Are you picking up God of War? Or
yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this game. But I think I'll just get the
basic
base game.
Yeah.
I'll be happy with.
You can't go to your wife and just go, "Hey, hon, what's up?" And she'd be like, "What's that box?"
I'm gonna spend $150.
Sure, honey. Have a great time.
I need this Kratos statue of decapitation sitting right on my door frame there.
So listen, about the kids' college fund.
Yeah. Had to dip a little in
just
there.
a little bit. Listen, I gotta say, I really like this edition. Because I have a problem, I did pick it up.
Nice. Okay.
I don't. The one.
You're one of them.
The one. Yeah, I have a problem. Again, don't have it because I admitted it. But to me, I'm not picking up a lot of games. At least the first half. So to me, I'm like,
Yep.
you know what? I'll just splurge a little bit. Like,
No. Budget out.
yeah, like so. I mean, actually, I should lie. I am lying a little bit. I'm buying a few games. So, I do have a problem. I shouldn't buy this. But I gotta say, if you're a God of War fan, yeah, I see a lot of people picking this up. I don't think
Right.
the statues still, even this one, I mean, it looks nice. It looks pretty good. The statues need work. And the most important place, the face. They don't get faces right.
Mm-hmm. I can't get a close up view. I probably could somewhere else.
I put it up on my desktop. Kratos looks okay. He looks pretty good. I'm just still concerned because I was gonna call him Joel. Drake looks sickly, and Aloy looks like she's running a fever. So like everything else looks really cool.
Yeah.
The faces are just
Sony making their figures sickly.
yeah. The faces. The faces is of that like 40-year-old I'm still working at Dunkin' Donuts vibe is like bam right there, and it's okay. Hey, you made your career. So
Right.
with that, Josh, I'm sorry. Did I hit home? You're like that's me. God damn it.
It's yeah.
No,
Joseph.
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I shouldn't even talk. What am I?
Nah.
But, I am that manager. So yeah, no, they got to get the faces right for these things. But nonetheless, it comes with a lot of stuff. So it's not like here you go. If you're a dead on fan, go for it. This is yours. Have fun with it. Our last story, that was for you, Kyle, is Fox is working on a new Alien shooter. Okay.
Whoa.
So here's the deal. I want to, when talking about this, just say it's a AAA game. The people that's working on this also worked on Neverwinter and City of Heroes. So that's who we're dealing with in terms of the head of the studio's concerned. He's made games before. Again, Neverwinter, not a bad game. City of Heroes, have a ton of friends who love City of Heroes. So this, and knowing Alien, knowing how much we all love Alien, at least I do, and Moody does.
It's great.
It's great. Okay, thank God. Thank God.
Top 10 movie of all time.
Seriously, it is.
Original Aliens,
Original.
not Aliens.
Yeah.
Aliens, not Alien.
Yeah, Josh, we're on the same brain.
Okay. You hear me.
And again, a new Alien game's coming. The one thing that had me wondering and puzzled in the beginning was, is this Fox's attempt at becoming like WB in the video game business? And then I thought to myself, well, this is weird because Fox Movies just got bought by Disney. So what does this mean? And then I was like, Joseph, stop looking into this, you madman, and just ask the best question ever, which is, Josh, if you had the Alien IP, if you were Shue, who are you giving this to? What studio do you think gets Aliens?
Ooh.
That's the first question.
All right. This is a great question. Immediately you would think Naughty Dog or Guerrilla or their other tentpole developers. Let's see, who else? Guerrilla, Santa Monica, Bend. Yeah.
We have even how
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. We got Japan Studio over there. So they.
Okay, I guess it depends because I want this Alien game to be like Alien Isolation.
Okay.
In a sense.
So that's what you're
going
going
to
for.
be scary.
You want a scary game over action.
Right. And who better to do scary, maybe dabble into a little action, let their chops loose. How about Supermassive Games?
Whoa.
The creators of Until Dawn.
Whoa.
Hidden Agenda, upcoming Impatient. I think I stumped you on this one.
Whoa. Okay.
Did I just explode your mind there?
Yeah, you did. All right.
Dude, and I think they would. Until Dawn was so great, I think they could work wonders in the space of the Alien
Holy shit.
on a cruiser in space.
Yeah.
All hopes lost. Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I'm feeling.
okay. So is this an Until Dawn like game, or is it just Supermassive's working on it?
Well, like I said, I think it'll share a lot of similar like choice based decisions
Oh,
like
wow.
Until Dawn.
Okay.
But I think, like I said, give them a little more freedom and see if they can see what they can do as far as like shooting mechanics, maybe in some circumstances, but don't let it go like all action
Wow.
craziness.
So you
It's sort of like with the new game that's coming out. I forget what it's
the
called.
impatient, right?
Yeah, that's a VR. Yeah, or even make this VR even better. But it's not a game by Sony. It was shown. Man, I forget what it was. It looks so amazing though, because it was by the guys that made What Remains of Edith Finch.
Is it that? Is it the game that like you tap
And-
and then like you see your surroundings, but then you're also being chased by something, so you can't use echolocation so much, or else the thing will find you and kill you?
I know what you're talking about. That's not what I'm thinking.
Okay.
It's like a brand new game that was just announced. But yeah, it's by the guys that made What Remains of Edith Finch. That was like a walking simulator, but it's cool because halfway through the trailer, this guy pulls up a gun and it becomes this all action out.
Oh snap!
Shooter. You're not, something you're not used to from the developers. So, I'm saying let their wings fly a little bit, and see what Supermassive Games could do with Alien, and just, they might pull like a Rocksteady,
That's true. That is true. Giant Sparrow. Giant Sparrow is the people that made what you call it? What Remains of Eden
Yeah, What
Finch.
Remains of Edith.
I'm just trying to see here.
I forget what the game looked amazing though.
Giant-
It's not coming out this year, I don't think, but because I said like halfway through the trailer, he pulls up this gun. You're just not expecting that. You're expecting another walking simulator, but that's giving a developer more freedom, And I think Supermassive has done enough to earn the freedom of PlayStation.
Yeah. Now here's the thing with that studio, because you kind of cheated. You threw me through a loop. Supermassive is not owned by PlayStation. Isn't owned by Sony. But I'll give you the pass.
Oh, okay.
Because they work so close with Sony.
See, I just correlate them with PlayStation.
No, they've made so many games for PlayStation that it's all right to even feel that way, because all the games they have made, fantastic. I'm going to take what you just said, and I'm going to throw it right back to you. It is a horror game. It is made, and wait for it, if I was Shue, I would acquire Bluepoint Studios.
Bluepoint, okay.
They're remaking Shadow of the Colossus. It looks fantastic. Bluepoint has worked on all of these remasters of games. It's about time you take them to the fold and they make an Alien game. Because if anybody...
So you're saying make a whole new original game?
Yes.
By their studio.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a whole new original game. Because they have such respect for whenever they're working on something, like you see it right now with Shadow of the Colossus, right? They have such respect for that game. The way it looks right now is just fantastic. The way Last of Us, Uncharted, all these games, these remasters, there's a respect to the craft that I feel like they would respect this IP like how people like Gearbox didn't. And I say that calling you out, Pitchford, but seriously, Colonial Marines is it's an abomination.
Hot mess of a
we
failure.
Yeah, we went to a Baptist church and we told the preacher about it, and we got an exorcism in our house. That's how bad it was.
That's how bad it was.
It was just...
They would just off your head.
I knew it was really strange.
Off with his head.
When I opened up the disc and there was like the satanic cross on it, like I was like, all right, well, whatever.
Smite Joseph to hell.
It was like there was nothing but Cthulhu speak. I don't know if I was actually playing, Aliens that we mentioned it. No, but yeah, no, we're gonna hand it over to Bluepoint. It's gonna be a first-person horror game, but not so much like Alien Isolation. There's more than one alien. It's gonna play out like Oh goodness, I just had it. Why did I get it? What's Exodus game that's coming out? Why did I just?
Metro Exodus?
What's that?
Is that Metro
Metro.
Exodus?
The Metro series had this awesome mechanic with ammunition that made it super scarce. It was like also the way you
You
purchase
sold
things.
your bullets, yeah.
Yeah, and I want it to be like that where every shot counts, but it actually means that. You know, like a lot of games, it's like every shot counts, and you're running throughout the
Oh,
game. You're like, what do you mean? I got the shotgun, I got a pistol, and I'm perfectly fine. No, I want this to be like you're making the tough choices. And
I like that survival aspect.
yeah,
Needs to be an alien.
and the best part I think too is if you have your weapons out, you don't have a tracker on you. You don't see the map.
Yeah, that's sort of taking that Doom like flashlight mechanic where you either have the flashlight or the gun.
Exactly. That's how I would make my alien game. I want to make it really,
Sweet.
really, yeah. And I want every time there is an alien, you see a kitty cat somewhere. Because the best joke I ever had in my life, it was like when I was first showing my friend Alien for the first time. I was pretending like I was the guy, like you know the scene with the cat, right? And you see the
Yeah.
alien for like the first or second time. It's a big thing. I was like, "Hello, kitty, 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 come here, little kitty." And so, yeah, I have great memories of that movie. But with that said, yeah, that's what I would do, and I think that's all we got for you today, which is pretty nuts.
I would say honorable mention.
Yeah, please.
This would just be off the wall, like the Mummy Demastered sort of deal. Housemark. I know they're not truly affiliated with
Sony,
PlayStation, but you know,
Eh.
they're moving away from your shooters. You just action type of games like that make them
moving away from the arcades
Yeah.
that was so popular in the 80s and then moving towards
Yeah.
a franchise that was so popular in the 80s. I like where your head's at, Josh.
See, I got it. I got you. Shoe, come to me, please.
If I Was Shoe, brought to you by The Trophy Room, brought to you by Bad Games, brought to you by Make Us Better Patreon. That's all I got for you guys this week on The Trophy Room. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in this week. It's been a long week, man. And it's, as of recording, Monday. So,
Monday.
man, I'm so excited to
already
see
been
where
long.
The Trophy Room is going and seeing where it's going to be in a few weeks. I want to thank Josh, you so much, again, out of the blue, helping me out, man. Thank you so much for
Dude,
joining us.
you know I have your back whenever you need it, man.
Likewise.
Hey, just call me.
I got you. And Josh, is there anything
back.
you need to promote? Maybe you got a Twitter or something you want to give us a shout out on?
Well, you can follow me on Twitter at @minusthebrant, MINUSTHEBRANT. And yeah, you just keep in contact. I'm _thebrant on PSN if you want to become my friend and maybe play some Overwatch or, Battlefront 2, even though Joe wouldn't like playing Battlefront 2.
But let me tell you something. Don't insult Mr. Brandt's gameplay when you're playing with him. I don't know if you heard last week that someone, because
Yeah.
I put my brother's gameplay footage up and someone really didn't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
So, please follow Brand on all those types of things. You can follow us here at Bad Big Games on YouTube. That's where you can find the video version. You can support us on iTunes as well. Rate us 5 stars. Tell us why you love us. That would be really, really helpful. It really does help us out here. And also, talking about helping us out, over at patreon.com/makeusbetter, you can make us better. $1 a month goes a long mile. You don't know how much it helps. So thank you, all those who have already. Again, people like Corey Hicks, our platinum producer, gold producer, Sheldon Benedict, our executive producers, Nick Militia, James Johnson, Jesse Armstrong, Glocko Schaefer, David Raid, Mike Drummy, Brendan Myers, Aaron Doherty, Martini from Bed Love Beyond, Joe Brooks, Karen Smith. Thank you all for making us better. And we have so much more. So go check us out. Make us better. And yeah, be able to check us out again. Bad Bit Games
Awesome people.
on YouTube. We're gonna do a Monster Hunter unboxing probably, and oh yeah, at Mr. Badbit on Twitter. There you go. That's all the plugs. I'm just like a plug-in machine, man. There's no stopping me.
Just plug it. Plug all the holes, man.
That's what she said. With all that said and all that out of the way, keep playing PlayStation because they don't have a better outro than that.